And now joining us, we've got Prudy Ladd. Good morning.
Hi, Prudy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you. I love the spring
Thank you.
florals for
Yeah.
spring, of course.
Yeah.
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
And she's here from the Yellowstone Historical Society to answer yesterday's Trivia Tuesday question. Go ahead, Miller.
All right, here we go. The winter of 1881-82 was severe in Montana, with heavy snow accumulating in the mountains and plains. Eastern Montana saw significant snow and ice, and by March of 1882, thawing and refreezing rivers created large ice islands. One medium-sized river in eastern Montana overflowed, flooding the town and pushing huge icebergs down Main Street. That's crazy. This flood permanently altered the Cowtown's landscape and elevation. Now, this was a two-part question. Which medium-sized river caused the flooding, and in what town in eastern Montana back in 1882?
Alrighty, and the answer is the Tongue River and Milestown, now known as Miles City.
All right.
And congratulations to our winner, Paige Zeke. Got that first. There were
Paige.
several people who got it, but Paige got it first. Congratulations, and make sure you come collect
job,
your
Paige.
mug from the station and sign up for a year-long membership at the Yellowstone Historical Society.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, Charlie, I remember seeing Charlie Russell paintings that were inspired by that winter.
Yes.
Because of all of the cattle that were killed in this massive winter storm. Tell us a little bit about this flooding in Miles City.
Well, the article was in what was the Miles City Independent, which now we know it's the Miles City Star, but that flood was recorded in actually 1903, and they recorded it. All the pictures, there's several pictures that on screen right now. These are all
So
L.A.
wild.
Hoffman pictures. They were all taken of the 1882
Look at
flood.
that. Wow.
You can see that icebergs were floating down Main Street. They were boating down Main Street. Interestingly enough, for those of you from Miles City or those of us that have traveled there most of our lives, we know as we come into town from Billings, from the west, we come into what is Riverfront Park. Now that Riverfront Park was the elevation of the whole town at the time of this flood. On the west side of the Tongue River was Milestown and Fort Keogh. Milestown is now where the Range Rider Museum is. That's where the original town site was. But then, and Fort Keogh is where it is now today. But the flood came in and it flooded down Miles City, which was on the other side of the river. Milestown and Miles City existed at the same time for a short amount of time. Riverfront Park had shanties and what they will call low businesses.
Low business.
Low businesses were bordered around the park. There's a great story in this article about rumor hit the town that they weren't going to prevent them from building in the park. So they all went out and got logs and came back and were building in the park. But it was only on a rumor, so of course they couldn't do that. They made them stop, not build in that park. The park is where it is today. What saved the town of Miles City was in 1897, they built what they call wing dams on the Tongue River. Those wing dams in 1897 were $7,000. Today, that's $270,000 to build two wings. But even today's price, that's a pretty good price to save the town of Miles City. The wings are still there. Riverfront Park is still there. You can actually, I was up there not long ago and took a tour of the park, and amazingly, from the pictures that we saw and other pictures, very similar to what was there in the 1880s.
Fascinating.
Great story.
Very cool. Look at
Great.
those
Look at
photos.
that.
They're just
so
unbelievable.
Yeah, those icebergs in the bottom hand corner picture was amazing. They stood on them. They show them floating down Main Street, people jumping on them. Crazy.
Just wild. What a moment for
Yeah.
Miles City.
So ice jams, we know we have some going on now. So be careful out there.
Yeah, 100 years from now, they'll be looking at pictures of our Main Street.
Our ice jams.
All right, Prudy, thanks so
Good
much.
job,
And
Prudy.
congratulations again to Paige. We'll be back right after this.